I'm Big Cal, and welcome to my world. It is the end of the month, or maybe the beginning of the month. This video's late, I know that. Yeah, so if it was the end of the month, like it should have been, it can only mean one thing: DIY gaming box time. Yeah, so as hopefully you already know, at the end of each of these videos every month I spin this roulette wheel here. Whatever number it lands on correlates with a game system that I own or a theme such as wrestling games. Then for the next month I have to try and buy with that game console or theme in mind, with a budget of £25, trying to get a nice mix of quality and quantity. So last month spun the wheel and it landed on the original Xbox, one of my personal favourite consoles of all time. I own quite a few games already, over 100, so now it's getting to the point where the few exclusive titles for the system that I want are getting up in price and I can't buy them within my budget, so it's usually a case of getting multi-platform games because 9 times out of 10 they run and look better on the Xbox. So let's just get right in and have a look to see what we've got. First up, interesting story about this one. I got it for free. Should have been £3.75. Got it on eBay. It took 2 weeks to arrive. That wasn't fun. And when it did, I had to pay £1.50 postage to get it because the seller had sent it using counterfeit stamps. So yeah, got a full refund for this one. So it should have been £3.75, but I got it for free. So yeah, and that is Headhunter Redemption. So the first Headhunter game was originally on the Dreamcast and it got a port to the PlayStation 2 about a year later, and then a sequel came out on the Xbox and PlayStation 2. I actually heard about the original game reading through Dreamcast book, and it interested me as a title, so I looked it up, so there's also a sequel, original Xbox, perfect. Basically, the sort of dystopian future, bad things have happened, there's this one city risen out of it all in America, of course, and it's a utopia. And they have a police force known as the Headhunters, and yeah, it's their job to enforce the law. And yeah, now some terrorist group is going after them and stuff and whatever. Yeah. On the surface it's a very typical kind of story like this, you know, it's nothing new, it's not treading new ground there. But it is interesting enough that I was obviously interested in it. So yeah, playing through, you start off and your Headhunter, who's Jack Wade. Yeah, Jack Wade, reading the back of the box to find out. He comes in and stops some guy from doing something with his daughter. I don't know if he's going to kill her, or hit her, or abuse her, whatever. Basically shoots him, and yeah. So she gets put into this, I don't know, they call it like a farm system or something. I don't know if it's like the modern day orphanage or whatever. But yeah. Skip to current day, and the Headhunter, Wade, is on a mission and he captures someone who's been stealing some data for this underground terrorist group. And yeah, turns out that's the same little girl that he rescued all those years ago. So instead of turning her in, he takes her with him and she's now his intern, essentially, and you play as her throughout the game. So you get what's called the Iris, which is just basically smart glasses. Put them on, and then you can start scanning objects similar to Metroid Prime. So that's really fun. Get lots of information out of it like that, and figure out where to go. Obviously, you have a gun, go around shooting. Shooting's a little bit weird in that when you aim at someone, it'll start moving the aimer left and right, and then finally like centre in on the target. And it's just a little bit weird because, you know, as you're trying to shoot, there's just the aim just waving about, and yeah, so controls are a little bit iffy, but I think it does have a lot of promise and potential, so probably one I'm going to attempt to play through at some point in the future. I'm definitely going to pick up the original. I don't know if I'm going to go for the Dreamcast version or the PS2 version though. Obviously you think the PS2 version's the way to go, but sometimes PS2 ports are a bit... especially for Dreamcast games. Found that a lot of them are not very good. Anyway, Headhunter Redemption, free! Moving up now to £1, and we have a sticker over the name, EA Sports Fight Night Round 3. Boxing game. I own Fight Night Round 2 on the Xbox, very fun boxing game. This is Fight Night Round 3. It's a boxing game. do I need to say much more? I like boxing games. Yeah, I like the arcade ones. I like the realistic ones. They're very fun, and it makes me wish the Fight Night series, because now they just seem to be sort of lumping in the boxing stuff with the UFC or the MMA games. No, they're two separate things. It's just do Fight Night again, please. Give us a boxing game. I like hitting people, just punching them in the face as a boxer. That's so much to ask for this day. Especially boxing, still pretty big. You have a big heavyweight boxing fight where Tyson Fury against anyone, and people are going to watch. So yeah, you'd think boxing games would still be popular. So yeah, fun, punch things, only cost £1. Moving up now to £4.19. A game that I've been looking to pick this series up for years and years and years. Finally got around to it, and that is Max Payne. So yeah, and it turns out they're also remaking the Max Payne games. So that's awesome, but I thought I'll pick up the originals. Yeah, so Max Payne, you play as a cop, and he got a lovely, depressing backstory. His wife and child have been killed by druggies, so he quits the force and goes to work for the DEA. Hunting down the drug dealers who killed his family, and he has to go undercover for the big mob family. So go around shooting. Of course, this was big and famous for two things: the sort of comic book style cutscenes they would have. They would have in-game and in-engine, cutscenes and things like that as well. But they also had, the storyboard style from a comic book, which was really cool. It was a very dark style as well, so it wasn't like the happy, colourful ones or the really dark and things. And of course, bullet time, slow down time and shoot things. Don't think it was new for Max Payne. Definitely wasn't a new thing in general. It all started with the original Blade, I believe, film back in the 90s before The Matrix. Yeah, really good. And I've only played I think I played 20 minutes maybe just to record footage for this video, and I was really getting into it, so I think this might be the next game I play actually. So moving on then, of course picked up the sequel, Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne, for £6. Yeah, so it's more of Max Payne. A little bit confusing, I think they changed the controls around for the game, so I'd just gotten used to the controls in the first game, load up the second game, the controls are different. Yeah, so this one starts off where Max Payne's in hospital, wakes up and he's sort of suffering from hallucinations, a little bit of amnesia, but he seems to believe that he's killed someone. And other people are out to try and kill him, including the cops. Didn't get too far in it because I didn't want to spoil anything for myself. I'll wait and play the first game and then get into this one as well. But yeah, it's more Max Payne. Just more of the same, more good stuff probably. Right, next up we have an expensive one. Lastly, at £10. So I spent a total of £21.19 with a £3.81 left over. Which, if I'd had enough time, I definitely could have gotten another game within that price range, but I didn't. I only had a few days, and it was the weekend as well, and I just couldn't be arsed going anywhere and getting anything. So yeah, the last game, £10, BMX XXX from Sex. Yeah, so a bit of an infamous game because of the content in it. So it was originally supposed to be either Dave Mirra or Matt Hoffman game. I can't remember which. And it was going to be the next game in the series. And when they found out that it was going to be slightly skewed towards porn, they backed out and the game removed, obviously, the branding from either Matt Hoffman or Dave Mirra. I can't remember which one it is. Yeah, so at the core, it's still one of those games, and they play like Tony Hawk but on a BMX. So the gameplay, really, really good. Yeah, it's just more of those style of games, and I really like those games. This one takes note from some of the later Tony Hawk's games, where instead of just going into a place with like 2 minutes and try and get as much done as you can, you've got larger areas and you have a limited time to wander around, and then you talk to people to activate a mission, and then it's timed. Yeah, so missions include helping a guy out with his wiener stand. You have to destroy other wiener stands. He likes to shout out things about his wiener, because that's hilarious. Ha 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 ha. You also have to escort 5 ladies of the night to their pimp. That's one. You have to collect money to get into a strip joint, and it seems that that's the main goal of the level, at least the first one. I don't know if it's the same for all of them, but yeah, you do all these missions, and then at the end you collect these gold coins and you get access to the strip club, and depending on how many missions you do, you get to see more of the ladies. Because I didn't know what I was doing, I just got these coins and went, okay, I'll go in here, and then yeah, you see a 20-second clip of a woman in her underwear, and then it's like, you want to see more? Play more of the game! Yeah, so definitely seedy, but core gameplay is fun, and I thought it was an interesting one to add to the collection. Yeah. So yeah, very very happy with my pickups. Yeah, I had some money left over obviously because one was free. If it wasn't free, I would have barely had anything then. Yeah, so Headhunter Redemption, really interesting title. Max Payne 1 and 2, very fun games. EA Sports Fight Night Round 3, fun boxing game, and BMX XXX. Ignoring the weird seediness about it, it's a very fun BMX game in the style of Tony Hawk. Right, so put these games away, and it's time to spin the wheel and find out what I'm collecting for in the month of November. Right, so I've got the... sorry, Mr. Slime. I haven't put away my Dragon Quest Tober set yet. By the way, Dragon Quest Tober just ended. A month of Dragon Quest content. Check it out. I did a review for Dragon Quest Heroes on the PlayStation 4, and of course a massive review for Dragon Quest 3 on the NES, Super Famicom, Game Boy Color and Nintendo Switch. That was one of my bigger videos I've ever done. Very happy, very proud of that one. A pickups themed video for Dragon Quest games and merchandise, as well as a first impressions video for Dragon Quest Monsters, the Dark Prince, I believe it's called, and recently released game Dragon Quest Infinity Strash Die Adventure, random long name, not very good game. Yeah, so check those videos out, check out all of Dragon Quest Over 3, very happy with that. Anyway, spin the wheel now, let's get my handy cam out, just so I don't have to mess about switching cameras. Right, get it there. Recording, and we'll spin the wheel and see what I have to collect for next month. Well, this month now because this video's late. Shut up. Right, and it's landed on... where's the ball gone? Okay, there it is. I literally could not see the ball there. Okay, it's landed on 32, which, oh, the Nintendo 64. Oh boy. Yeah, Nintendo 64. Ooh. Interesting system. I like the N64, but unfortunately the library itself isn't that big, and then the games that are actually worth getting, it's not that many, and I own the majority of them already. Going to be really interesting to see what I get. Taking on to now to see if I get a Turok game, because those are usually still very cheap, and I think I only own Turok 2 at the moment on the N64, so it's a good chance you might see another Turok game. Or maybe all Turok games, because that's all I can afford that I actually want on the system. Yeah, so I'm Big Count, thanks for watching. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of my pickups for the original Xbox. Let me know what I should get for the N64 next month, and I'll see you again next time.